Hey guys, Keith with Lightline Fishing. Are you going summer bass fishing? I've got the setup for you. Stay with us. Okay guys, it's perfect time of year to go out there and hit them ledges, hit them drop-offs, hit them creek channels. I'm going to show you a bait that's one of my favorites to do so. Everybody and their brother's out there with a deep crankbait. When they talk about fishing offshore, they're going out there, they're finding them deep drop-offs and them ledges, and they're going to be throwing them 10XDs, the drudgers, 25 foot, 22 foot. They're going to be throwing the 6XDs, and then fish get used to seeing them things, and it's all about showing a presentation that they don't see as much. So what I'm going to show you is what I like to throw just to change it up. We're going to be fishing the Bassmaster Opens in Sam Rayburn in September, and also have Louisville in November. So knowing in September is going to be the summertime, we're going to be offshore fishing more than likely. If just to be a betting man, that's what I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing. So one of my favorite techniques to use on offshore fishing is a 3/4 ounce wobble head. Now you see how that head wobbles? So you have a big old hook on there, you have a wobble hook, and it works just like a crankbait. And you throw it on a low speed reel. A lot of guys like to use the 6s and 7s. I like using a slow reel. I don't like to work very hard. We already talked about it in previous videos. I'm lazy. I do not like to fish hard. I don't like to get wore out. I'm middle-aged, so I just like to fish comfortably. So if I throw it on a 5, 5-3, 5-1, I can cast it a mile because you're throwing a 3/4 ounce. That's tungsten. You don't have to use tungsten. I do it because it is a little more sensitive, and you can feel the bites a little more. You can feel it makes a different sound as it hits. So if you can afford to get the tungsten, go ahead. But if not, lead works just as good. It really does. So I use 3 basic colors. I'm sponsored by Bass Reaper. I'm also a one of the pro staff members for Bass Reaper. I picked 3 colors. They have a boatload of colors you could choose from, but I chose 3 colors that I'm taking with me to my lake and to Sam Rayburn and to Louisville. And it's real simple. You've got the pumpkin pepper, which is kind of a root beer colored brown. Old Gerald Swindell, he's real good about it. He'll tell you, I throw a brown cricket or I throw a blue cricket. And if the blue cricket ain't biting, I throw a brown cricket. You're just back and forth. So you rig these up on, there's a nice one, black and blue flake. And then also we have the Texas crawl. Now I really like that one. If you look at it, it's got the brown, and then it's kind of got it's already, a lot of guys like to dip their crawls into, the dyes. These are already dyed. You can see the orange on there already. These are awesome baits, and I'm telling you. And you can find these on bassreaperbaits.com. Just, Google it. You can find the company. You can order it right online. They'll ship it right to you. They're very quick. It's a good company. The baits are awesome. Now, I've showed videos of me catching fish on them. I really like them, and they're really good baits. Now, to check this out, the way I rig it, it's just like any Texas rig. You can see that it's set up just a Texas rig style worm hook. It's an offset hook just a little bit. And you just run it right down to the top of it, bring it out, run it back up to the top, just like this right here, and you see the bottom right there. And you just bring that right back through the bottom to make sure it's kind of straight, and you just look at it, kind of expose it, texpose it just a little bit to where you can see it like that. And there it is. That's what it's going to look like. And that bad boy is just going to swim, and you're swimming this. You're working this just like a crankbait, just like that. See how it is nice and straight? And you just cast that bad boy out as far as you can and just let it hit the bottom. And then you just slow roll it. I mean, you want to feel that bottom just bouncing, feeling that wobble head bouncing, hit just like a crankbait. And then crawls will be sticking up, and it'll just look like a crawdad skimming across the bottom, working very slow, and the fish just cannot handle it. Crawdads are the #1 bait that bass just can't resist. I'll argue with that till the day I die with anybody who bass fishes. They just love crawdads. It's their favorite bait. And like I said, when you look at that being exposed like that, you're not going to get snagged. Anyways, when it hits the logs and it bounces off it, it deflects, it causes that bait to get erratic and do just exactly the same as a crankbait. So that's my recommendation. It's one of my favorite summertime baits. You could throw this shallow, you could throw this deep. You don't have to change, and that's why I love it. It's so versatile. You could fish 2 foot of water all the way out to 50 foot of water with one bait. And you could just change your trailers. You know, depending on your watercolor, you know, if it's clear, you want to throw more natural. If you got stained to dirty water, go to black and blue. Same thing in that brown. 3 colors. You don't have to break the bank. Real simple. You go online, I buy 3 bags, I load up on these colors. I'm set for crankbaits. I don't have to spin and have a tackle box full of different colors and different crankbaits. If you want to get real crazy and real wild, get you a white one. So that mimics the shad. So you got 4 color baits to take with you on a tournament or just out fishing, having a great day. That's all you need. Deep fishing. Then go to your worms. But this is just one of my favorite techniques to use in the summertime. They work like crazy. You could also add one with red flake. And you don't have to use Bass Reaper. I recommend them because I like them. I catch fish with them. And yes, I am sponsored and a pro staff member for Bass Reaper. I'm only going to recommend what I think works and looks good. I mean, look at the detail on them things. Just, you know, it's almost like a 3D image of a crawdad. So I really like their baits, so I'm going to help push them a little bit, but you could use any of them. Any of the name brads, you could use the crawls, you could use the beetles, you could use some of the creature baits. Anything you want to use, try with the wobble head, but work it like you would a crankbait. But crankbaits, a lot of guys will tell you to just burn that thing back. With these, you do not burn it. You just slow roll it, feeling the bottom, stand in contact with that bottom. You can even hop it once in a while, and I love to do that just to change it up. You know, sometimes you just slow roll it straight back to the boat, and then if you don't get no bites, cast it right back out in the same spot, and then kind of hop it a couple times. Reel it, hop it a couple times. Reel it, hop it a couple times. Change up your techniques, change your variables. Simple bait to use, very inexpensive. You know, it doesn't break the bank to do it. I mean, the tungsten's a little more expensive, but you can buy the lead or the other wobble heads a lot cheaper. So I recommend them. Try them. All I can tell you is take somebody fishing, go out and have a good time. Summertime is a great time to catch fish offshore. And even in the shallows, if you got, you know, you're out, you're flipping and pitching and wanting to catch shallows, they work in the shallows as well. So anyhow, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take somebody fishing. And hey, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. See ya.